Let me ask you something real, something honest. Have you ever looked in the mirror and thought, I'm not myself anymore? Not depression, not a crisis, just faded. Like someone quietly turned down the volume on your energy, confidence, and inner fire. That feeling? It's not just life. It's not weakness. It could be your testosterone, a hormone most men ignore until it starts slipping away. After 30, testosterone begins to drop. Slowly at first, like a ticking clock you don't notice. But eventually, you will notice. When you're not as focused. When you crash at 3 p.m. When your motivation isn't just low, it's gone. You're not broken. You're changing. But here's the truth. You don't have to surrender to that change. You can do something about it. And in this video, we're going to talk, really talk, about how to keep your testosterone steady, strong, and working for you into your 70s. No pills. No fake macho nonsense. Just real stories, simple habits, and small wins that stack up over time. Let's begin. Let me tell you a short story. My friend David, 38 years old, 3 kids, works in tech, called me one night. He said, I'm not burnt out, but I'm drained. Like I'm running at 60%. That hit hard. He exercises, eats decently, sleeps when he can. But the constant stress, meetings, emails, house repairs, dad mode, never ends. What David didn't realize is this. Stress kills testosterone. Not with a bang, but like a slow, steady poison. When your brain keeps thinking we're in danger, your body pumps out cortisol, the stress hormone. And cortisol is testosterone's enemy. You've seen those photos of men meditating in nature, surrounded by trees and mountains? It's not just for Instagram. There's science behind it. Nature reduces cortisol. Silence reduces cortisol. Intentional breathing reduces cortisol. So the first fix isn't lifting weights or eating steak. It's this. Find your 15 minutes of safety. Every day, 15 minutes where your body and mind can just be. That's it. David started waking up 20 minutes earlier just to sit on his porch with coffee before the chaos began. No phone, no news, no emails, just stillness and breath. Birds, sky, a moment to exist. That small change, massive impact. Why? Because when cortisol goes down, testosterone has space to rise. Now let's talk about what no one wants to hear. Sleep. You can take all the supplements in the world, but if your sleep is trash, you're sabotaging your own hormones. Your body makes testosterone while you sleep. Deep, quality sleep. Not tossing and turning with your phone at 2 a.m. I mean healing sleep. Dark room, no alarms, full body recovery. So if your brain's still scrolling Instagram at midnight, you're wrecking your hormones. Solution? Power down 30 minutes before bed. That's it. Dim the lights. Read. Stretch. Journal. Whatever calms you. Make sleep sacred. Because every time you give your body true rest, you're refueling your internal engine. I know some guys say, but I think best at night. Maybe. But your hormones don't care. They're not artists. They're workers. They need rhythm. They need consistency. Try this for a week. Go to bed 30 minutes earlier. Skip that extra episode. Wake up naturally. Feel the shift in mood, focus, energy, even patience. Now to the kitchen. No, you don't have to drink 6 raw eggs like Rocky. But what you eat seriously matters. Testosterone is built from nutrients like healthy fats, zinc, and vitamin D. If your fridge looks like a vending machine, your body has no shot. Think simple. Think real. Eggs, seeds, avocado, seafood, olive oil. These aren't superfoods. They're fuel your body knows how to use. Start your day with eggs and avocado. Sprinkle pumpkin seeds on your salad. Drizzle olive oil on roasted veggies. Eat oysters now and then. Yes, they're testosterone gold. You don't need a complex diet plan. Just awareness. 2 meals a day, rich in healthy fats and quality protein. Make your plate colorful and satisfying, not just quick. And here's the secret, alcohol. I know. You work hard. You deserve that beer. But the truth is, alcohol lowers testosterone, especially if it becomes a nightly thing. You don't have to quit. But notice how you feel on days you skip it. You might be surprised. David started swapping beer for sparkling water with lime during the week. His sleep improved. Mornings felt better. He started feeling like himself again. Listen, this isn't about perfection. It's about power. Your power. It's about reclaiming what's already yours. Your energy, clarity, vitality. You're doing this not because you're broken, but because you deserve to feel fully alive. And when you sleep well, manage stress, eat real food, and ease up on the alcohol, something happens. You wake up. You feel the fire coming back. You look at the stairs and run up instead of sighing. You make plans instead of canceling. You feel strong, not like a bodybuilder, like you. Because testosterone isn't about ego. It's about life force. It's what keeps you in the game, not on the sidelines. And you? You're just getting started. You ever have one of those days where nothing's technically wrong, but everything feels a bit off? You're not sad. You're not sick. You're just dull. No spark. That's what my buddy Jamal said to me over coffee last week. It's like I'm living on airplane mode. He's 42, works out twice a week, eats cleanish. But he told me, I feel like a low-battery version of myself. And no one notices. Not even me. Until I sit still. That phrase stuck with me. Until I sit still. Because it's in those quiet moments that your truth surfaces. And Jamal's truth? He'd slowly stop doing anything that lit him up inside. And that's the next invisible thief of testosterone. A life with no challenge. Testosterone doesn't just respond to food, sleep, and stress. It responds to purpose. Your body is wired to rise to the occasion, to face things, push, strive, grow. But if every day is the same drive, same emails, same nothing to look forward to, your body gets the message. No need to rise. Just stay flat. And that's what Jamal's life had become. Comfortable, predictable, safe, but not satisfying. So I asked him, when's the last time you chose discomfort on purpose? He laughed. You mean like ice baths? No, like chasing something that scares you a little, that you don't already know how to do. Because here's the truth. Testosterone loves challenge. Not pressure, not burnout, but healthy resistance. You want to boost your hormones? Do something that makes you sweat a little, not just physically, but mentally. Start a new hobby. Learn a new skill. Speak in front of people. Train for a 5K. You don't need to conquer a mountain. You just need to climb something again. Jamal signed up for a local woodworking class. One evening a week. And guess what happened? His brain lit up. He started sleeping deeper. Started laughing more. Started wanting to move again. Not because he had to, but because something had shifted inside. Hormones respond to aliveness. And aliveness starts with curiosity and courage. Now let's talk about something every guy hates admitting. Loneliness. Yeah, the quiet kind. Not, I don't have friends. But, I don't feel seen. You might be married. You might be social. But when was the last time you had a real conversation? One that didn't involve bills, sports, or traffic? Loneliness is one of the sneakiest testosterone killers. Because it chips away at your spirit. You're not meant to do this life solo. Your body, your hormones, are deeply connected to community. Connection boosts dopamine. Dopamine boosts testosterone. So make space for real friendships again. Not group chats. Not likes. Not memes. I'm talking face-to-face, truth-to-truth, no-filter kind of connection. You're not weak for needing people. You're wired for it. Call a friend you haven't seen in months. Schedule that coffee. Go for that walk. Say what's real. You'll be shocked at how lighter you feel. How recharged. And your hormones will notice too. Here's another trick most men never think about. Sunlight. Yeah, that giant yellow thing in the sky we now avoid like vampires. But guess what? Your body needs it. Vitamin D, which is critical for testosterone, isn't just a nice to have. It's a must. And you get it from the sun. 10 to 20 minutes a day. No sunscreen. No shades. Just you, outside, during daylight. And if you live somewhere cloudy, or it's winter, get a high-quality vitamin D3 supplement with K2. Even better? Move while you're in the sun. Go for a walk. Do push-ups on the grass. Stretch. Just be human, outdoors. It tells your body, we're alive. We're needed. Let's rise. And finally, movement. You already know exercise helps. But not all movement is created equal. The best kind for testosterone? Resistance. You don't need a gym membership or a six-pack dream. You need to pick stuff up and put it down. Push, pull, lift. Bodyweight works. Resistance bands work. Sandbags, dumbbells, rocks in a backpack. Move your body in a way that builds strength, not just sweat. Because testosterone responds to stress it can recover from. So skip the endless cardio marathons and start with 3 sets of push-ups, squats while holding something heavy, planks, rows or pulls. Do it 2 to 3 times a week, not to chase a number on the scale, but to reclaim your muscle, your power, your spark. Remember, this isn't about going backward. It's about rising, right here, right now. Every time you face challenge, connect with people, soak up the sun, or lift with intention, you're telling your body, we're not done. We're just getting started. And your hormones? They listen. So if you're feeling flat, low, or stuck, know this. You're not too old. You're not too late. You're not alone. You're just one habit away from reawakening something powerful inside. And the best time to start is always now. Wow, we've come a long way together, haven't we? If you've stuck with me from part 1 to now, I know you're serious about your health and longevity. Not everyone spends time investing in something that doesn't show instant results, like hormones. But you are, and that deserves real respect. Now, let's get into the final and most powerful part. The strategies that won't just help you keep your testosterone levels stable, but will help you live a life full of energy, meaning, and control. Have you ever asked yourself, am I living in rhythm with my body's biology? I'm not talking about waking up at 5 a.m. or going to bed early. I mean, are you giving your body the natural cycle it needs? Resting properly, fueling at the right times, letting your mind truly unwind? One of the most silent enemies of testosterone is chronic stress. You see, cortisol, the hormone your body produces when you're worried, angry, or just unable to let go, is a direct testosterone suppressor. They're in constant opposition. Here's the twist. You don't need to meditate on a mountaintop or live in a retreat to reduce cortisol. You just need to do small things, consistently. I have a friend. Let's call him Hung. He's in his 40s, a creative director at a design agency. Tons of pressure, long nights, inconsistent meals, and slowly, he lost all interest in intimacy. Sound familiar? He tried everything, supplements, smoothies, gym sessions. But nothing worked. Until he started walking every morning without his phone. No podcasts, no news, just fresh air, movement, and breathing. That's when things changed. His cortisol dropped, sleep improved, and yes, his testosterone started rising naturally. Simple, but powerful. Next up, stop sitting too much. Did you know that sitting for 8 hours a day, even if you work out for 1 hour, still drops testosterone? The male body is designed to move, walk, stand, bend, breathe deeply. When you don't move, your hormonal system begins to stall. If you work at a desk, set a reminder to stand up every 45 minutes. Do shoulder rolls, stretch, walk around the room. A few push-ups, even. Don't let your body think it's retired just because you're over 30. Now here's a tougher one, but crucial. Cut back on alcohol and avoid endocrine disruptors. I know, 1 beer after work, a glass of wine on the weekend. It feels like part of being a man. But alcohol is a testosterone thief in disguise. Research shows that just 2 to 3 drinks a day for 3 weeks can reduce testosterone by 6.8%. Long-term, much worse. And it's not just booze, chemicals and plastics, pesticides, mass-produced soaps. They quietly mess with your hormone balance. You don't have to live like a monk. But start small. Use glass bottles. Choose fresh over packaged foods. Avoid reheating food in plastic containers. Here's a secret most people don't know. Low vitamin D equals low testosterone. If you spend most of your time indoors, especially after 30, chances are you're vitamin D deficient. And that directly tanks testosterone levels. Spend 15 to 20 minutes in morning sunlight, exposing your arms and legs, without sunscreen. If you live in a cloudy or cold area, consider supplementing 2,000 to 4,000 IU of vitamin D3 per day, after checking your blood work, of course. Still with me? Awesome. Because this last point might be the most important of all. Build a lifestyle that makes you feel like you're becoming a better man every single day. Sounds a bit spiritual, doesn't it? But it's not. There's a powerful link between testosterone, motivation, and the feeling of being in control of your life. When you're making progress, whether in your job, your workouts, a new skill, or even your emotional control, your body rewards you with higher testosterone. It's the hormone of growth and conquest. I once met a 60-year-old man named Hai. He wasn't big or muscular. He didn't lift heavy weights. But every night, he learned salsa dancing. Every morning, he walked in the park. He cooked dinner with his wife and filled his life with creative little projects. He told me, "You know what? I've never felt like I'm getting weaker." And you know what? His blood tests showed testosterone higher than the average 30-year-old man. So, if you need one final message to remember, backhand index pointing right testosterone isn't something you get back. It's something you grow every single day. Backhand index pointing right, and you do it by living with energy, purpose, and movement. You ever notice how some guys in their 70s still move like they're in their 40s? They hike, they travel, they laugh with a full belly, and they just seem solid. Not just physically, but mentally. It's like their fire never dimmed. Here's the thing, that didn't happen by accident. Those men didn't just stumble into vitality. They chose it. Not once, but every single day, over and over again. And if you're still here, still listening, I already know you're one of the few who gets it. You're not just watching this for a quick fix. You're here because you want to stay sharp, stay strong, stay you. Let's talk about how to keep that fire burning until your 70s and beyond. It's not just about testosterone. It's about identity. Let's pause for a second. When you think of high testosterone, what comes to mind? Muscles? Sex drive? Energy? Sure. But dig a little deeper. What does testosterone mean to you? To a lot of men, it's tied to identity, the sense of being confident, capable, powerful. It's the fuel behind your drive to build, protect, and create. When that fuel drops, you don't just feel tired. You feel like something's missing. But here's the truth. Testosterone supports your identity, but it doesn't define it. The men who age with power aren't the ones who obsess over T levels every day. They're the ones who align their daily habits, mindset, and relationships with the kind of life they want to live. They play the long game. And that's what we're doing right now. Choosing habits that serve the man you want to become. Your environment is either feeding or draining you. Think about your daily environment. Do the people around you uplift you or drain you? Does your space inspire health or stress? Are you exposed to movement, nature, laughter, or stuck in a loop of screens and noise? Your surroundings shape your biology more than you think. Chronic stress from a toxic job, a cluttered home, or even the wrong friend group can suppress testosterone faster than a bad diet. Here's something simple but powerful. Edit your environment. Start small. Remove one thing that drains you. Maybe it's the news on in the background all day, or a friend who constantly complains. Then add one thing that energizes you. A daily walk, a houseplant by your desk, or simply silence for 10 minutes in the morning. Environment matters. You can't bloom in poisoned soil. The 5-minute rule that builds a lifetime of strength. Now let's be honest, motivation fades. There'll be days you don't feel like working out. Days you feel tired, distracted, or discouraged. That's okay. You don't need to be perfect. You just need a system that keeps you moving, especially when you don't feel like it. Here's the 5-minute rule. On any day you feel resistance, promise yourself just 5 minutes of action. 5 minutes of light movement. 5 minutes of breathing. 5 minutes of cooking a real meal. Because once you start, momentum kicks in. 5 turns to 10. 10 turns to 30. But even if it doesn't, you still won. You kept the promise to yourself. And that's what testosterone loves. Momentum and consistency, not heroic bursts followed by burnout. The testosterone of the future is built on purpose. You know what's better than high testosterone numbers? Waking up with purpose. Having a reason to get out of bed, to move, to eat well, to stay strong. Purpose is the invisible force that keeps men youthful, not just in body, but in soul. You don't have to be saving the world. Maybe it's coaching your kid's soccer team. Maybe it's finally building that shed you've talked about for years. Maybe it's mentoring younger guys at work or growing a garden. Purpose doesn't have to be flashy. It just has to be real. Because men with a reason to stay strong usually do. You're not too late. You're right on time. Some of you might be thinking, I wish I had started this 10 years ago. But listen, regret has no place here. You didn't miss your shot. Your next 10, 20, Even 30 years can be stronger, healthier, and more fulfilling than you ever imagined. Because this isn't about going back to who you were at 25. It's about becoming the strongest version of who you are now and who you're still becoming. You've still got time. You've still got the fire. And now, you've got the plan. So let's do this together. If this video helped you in any way, if it reminded you that you still matter, that your strength still matters, drop a comment below. Share your goal. Say I'm in. Let's support each other, man to man. And if you haven't yet, hit that like button and subscribe. We're building a tribe here, and you're part of it. Now go out there and be the man your future self will thank you for.